Hey out there, legal warriors. This is a very specific video for if you ever have a loved one in jail who's just been arrested. There's always a question of bail. Is there bail? And why is there no bail listed on that jail register? What does that mean? If you're interested in learning about this area of the law, stay tuned. This is the video for you. My name is Lance Fryer. I'm a defense attorney in Lynnwood, Washington. My law firm's been defending people charged with crimes all throughout Washington State for more than 20 years, and I'm putting out these videos to help educate the public. So if you find this useful, please like and please subscribe. More people get the help they need. Now I'm just going to jump right into it. Bail. Why is there no bail listed on a jail register so I can get my loved one out of jail? Well, I'm going to answer that question, but let me just take one step back and just describe the situation and what I mean by bail. So when a police officer arrests someone for a crime in Washington State, there's usually going to be a bail or bond amount that someone can post in cash for cash bail that they might eventually get back, or use a bonding company to get the bonding company to post a promise to pay whatever the bail amount is in dollars if the defendant fails to reappear for court. And you'll usually pay a bonding company 10% of whatever the bail amount is. So if it's a $10,000 bail, then you'd have to pay a bonding company $1,000 to take the risk to lose $10,000 if the defendant runs away after they get out of jail. But once a bond or bail is posted, then the suspect gets out of jail. And the theory of bail is, hey, if the suspect has money on the line or their relatives have money on the line, they're more likely to come back to court because they don't want to lose that money. So for misdemeanor crimes, oftentimes there's a default bail that is listed on a jail register when someone gets arrested. And what do I mean by a jail register? For example, if you get arrested in Snohomish County, you could go to the internet and type in Snohomish County jail register or jail roster. You're going to come up with a website that's going to give you options like show all suspects or subjects arrested in the last 24 hours. That's going to be a shorter list than you say list everybody alphabetically. But you're going to find your loved one. You're going to click on the name. It's going to show what they're arrested for, and there's going to be numbers to show whether or not there's a bail or not. So, like if it's a theft case, it might show bail of $1,000. Might be a default in Snohomish County. It might be different for different jurisdictions, but for a good number of cases, the majority of misdemeanors, there's going to be a bond or bail amount listed. So this video is about why is there no bond or bail amount listed, and what does that mean, and what should I do about it? So for all felonies are not going to list a bond or bail amount. Oftentimes it might see INV for investigation. The difference would be if someone had a warrant out, they missed a felony court date, and they got arrested on a warrant, then there would be a bond amount there because they've already missed a court date. But I'm talking about a new arrest, and they got arrested for assault second degree or some vehicular assault or something else bad. There's not going to be a bail or bond amount listed. That's because there is no default in those. A court is going to have to actually set a bail or bond amount as something called a first appearance. So it's going to get more confusing than that, folks. But sometimes that first appearance will be an actual court date. Let's say you get arrested on Saturday, there might be a first appearance on Monday. There's going to be an assigned public defender to argue about letting someone out without a bail, or hey, make the bail small. And sometimes there's going to be paper court, which means the judge is going to come on the weekend and set their own bail or bond amount without having actual court, just looking at police reports, or just release someone without looking at police reports. So you're going to want to try to contact an attorney, but the thing to take from this is that when someone gets arrested and there's no bail or bond amount listed, there's probably going to be one soon, within a day or two, okay? It's going to be one soon. It's not going to stay blank forever, but usually we're panicking, my loved one's going to miss work, or who's going to get them their medication, or who's going to take care of their pets. And so you want it to happen fast, and so it will happen pretty fast, but you're going to want to at least if you can, contact an attorney because the court's probably going to be closed. The jail, sometimes you can get through to them, sometimes not. So that's for felonies. Well, Lance, my loved one wasn't arrested for a felony. There's still nothing listed. Why? Well, there's two main types of non-felonies where there's not going to typically be a default bail, and that's going to be driving under the influence, DUI, and any type of domestic violence crime. Domestic violence assault, domestic violence malicious mischief, which means property damage, domestic violence harassment, violations of DV protection orders, all those types of things. And the reason why is the legislature's written some special rules for DUIs and domestic violence cases, and their rules are there because those are thought to be the more serious non-felonies, and there needs to be more protection of the public in those situations. So basically, in most DUIs, they're going to have a court date immediately so someone can set conditions, order an interlock in the car, order someone not to drink and drive, order them to wear a scram bracelet. And in domestic violence cases, they're typically going to have to order a no contact order to protect the alleged victim. So in those cases, the law basically doesn't want people getting out before a judge reviews it. So it could still happen without there being an actual court date. There could be paper court that happens all the time where the court comes in and releases someone. And in non-felonies, more often than not, it will be what I call a paper court where that happens. There's a couple other situations. If we have sheriffs or state patrol arresting people, sometimes there's not going to be a default bond listed also just because of jurisdictional issues. That will also happen pretty quickly. You're more likely to see a non-blank bail amount in a city case. It's not a DUI or domestic violence case. And so again, why isn't it there? It's a certain type of case where the court is required to address it. What do you do about it? Well, number one, if your loved one calls you, don't talk about the facts of the case on the jail phone, but let them know, hey, something's going to happen soon. And you also probably want to reach out to an attorney or a bonding company, they might know also, to see, hey, when is it likely to happen? Because I could tell you, like a City of Edmonds case, judges pretty seriously going to often come in and do a paper court from what I've seen. But some other cases, some other cities, maybe not so much, right? And additionally, in certain counties, they're more likely to have a known first appearance date, right? In King County, we're going to know when the first appearance is going to be from experience. In Snohomish County, the first appearance might be on the morning or afternoon calendar based upon whether or not it's a felony or a non-felony. And so if you can find an experienced attorney, we're going to try to put your mind at ease so you can know what to expect in general. We can't predict everything because jails and calendars change and they don't tell the general public or us defense attorneys. We have to learn the hard way through experience. So internally in my firm, we keep a list of, hey, when's the last time we had a Bothell arrest and when did they go to court, and when was the last time we had a Bellevue arrest and when did they go to court, so we can have some idea of what to expect so we can help the people that need help. So if that jail register has a no bond on it, it says nothing, it's either because it's a felony or one of those certain types of misdemeanors, and there's going to be one there soon. If there is a bond, get a hold of the bonding company and see if you can get them out, because it's almost always a good idea to get someone out of jail. There's reasons for that. And I won't go into those reasons here, but if you're in that situation, feel free to give my office a call and we can talk about the reasons why we want to get someone out if we can, not only because it's a bad place to be, but also it may affect what the prosecutor does in the long run, because time usually helps the defendant, not the prosecution. So I hope you found that useful. If so, please like and please subscribe. More people get the help they need. And more importantly, if you got someone in jail, it's in Washington State, it's a recent arrest, and you need some legal help, feel free to give my office a call. We'll listen to what happened. We'll identify a way forward. We will be there for you. Thank you.